Greetings all, Raphael X here with another video. Please subscribe, click on the like button, um, leave a comment, and also click on the notifications button and all that good stuff. But without further ado, let us start with a prayer. In nomine Patris et Filii Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Gloria Patri et Filii Spiritus Sancto, sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Ave Maria, sede sapientiae, ora pro nobis. In nomine Patris et Filii Spiritus Sancti. Amen. All right, greetings all. I come at you with another video. Still recuperating with my voice after having laryngitis, but my voice is more or less back. And I did want to talk about today how these mysterious objects in the sky that have been shot down by the Biden administration, how they, at least the general of the Air Force, I think it's the NORAD, which is the acronym, the chief, right, part of the White House administration, hasn't ruled out even the possibility of them being aliens. But in this video, I want to show that aliens do not exist. They don't exist, right? From the Catholic perspective, there is an old article you can probably find. I believe it's from the New York Times. I'm not exactly sure. But it says that church teaching does not actually preclude the existence of aliens. Nevertheless, even in the scientific realm, we can show that aliens do not exist from the principle, which is a scientific theory, is called the anthropic principle, or the principle of fine tuning, which shows that everything in the universe was caused for life to begin on Earth, and more complicated life, ultimately the life of man, right? It's not easy to have life on Earth, right? The forces have to be exact, right? The chemical compositions, right? Like in the atmosphere, there's more nitrogen and hydrogen than oxygen. They have to be, there's exactitude there. The distance from the sun has to be exact. So all these factors are mathematically precise for there to exist complex life on the earth, especially human life. So the whole universe was made for the sake of man. All right, that's important. I want to affirm that. You can look it up yourself. The anthropic principle. I'll write it in the comment sections if you want to look it up. And the principle of fine tuning. Some scientists reject, but it's something essentially unavoidable. So the whole universe was made for the sake of man. Christ, God comes, right, incarnates in our Lord Jesus Christ, who saves man. Man has fallen. There is no salvation outside of Christ, who became man. So there is no other life forms, intelligent life forms out there, without a doubt. What I wanted to show is that how these alien abductions have been, there's many alien abductions that people have, right, experienced. And that, well, let's read the article. It's interesting. An older article, about 20 years old, but this never ceases to happen. There's a bunch of new experiences with aliens coming up. But I did want to show you this. Now, let's look at this right here. So this is called Alien Abduction Claims Examined. This is from the Harvard Gazette. Signs of drama found. Mark H. says he was abducted by aliens. He clearly remembers awakening one night, unable to move anything but his eyes. He saw flashing lights, heard buzzing sounds, experienced feelings of levitation, and felt electric tingling sensations. Most terrifying were the non-human figures he saw by his bed. Now, in this article, which is interesting, they well, a little bit later down in this paragraph, he actually had sex with one of the aliens, right, in a medical examining room. This is very strange, and this goes to show some maliciousness, or rather some evil, we can say, of the part of the aliens. So what is really going on here? I want to show here that they, here, I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure if this is from this article, but essentially what happened is that they found that the people who have experienced these alien abductions suffer a similar type of trauma than combat veterans suffer, PTSD, right? Post-traumatic stress disorder, and they have shown this to be true. So there's something real about their experience. It seems to me that what is going on is that these alien abductions are nothing more, nothing less than some type of demonic intervention, right? These aliens are essentially demons, and these people are having, right, some type of demonic influence, some type of extraordinary happenings, excuse me, that are going on in their lives. And this could be true, like towards the end of the world, we know that the demon will be would have more influence, would be more active, and will be more explicit, right, in the lives of man. Because again, because of original sin, he has rightly one man. And God respects the rights of the devil, according to the fathers of the church, right? Christ brought us back. But still, the devil has certain rights over man because of original sin. And even though we're baptized, we're free from that. The concupiscence um, we're free from that, but the concupiscence can, from that tendency of sin that we still retain, we can still, right, fall back into the demonic influence. He's kind of like a chained dog, but he can still affect us if we allow it. So again, aliens do not exist. What they are, according to these abductions, and there's tons reported, you can look it up for yourselves. What these show is that the demonic is influencing man's lives. Right? It's essentially that. Because all of these experiences have been nothing but evil, nothing but evil. There are no positive experiences of aliens, right? And that's just true, right? Nothing positive. And if these were, right, so-called intelligent beings from other galaxies, planets, what have you, it would seem that there would be at least some type of positive experience, but none of these have been positive. So these aliens, quote unquote, are demons and nothing else, right? The highest, the most intelligent, and um, the ones that God values the most, the creatures that are the synthesis of both the spirit and matter, the body. Like the highest creatures are or is man, right? Man, there's nothing else. The whole universe was created for the sake of man. Everything that happens in the universe is for the sake of man, and this so life can exist in a complex manner, right? In favoring the life of man, right? All right, well, I'll leave it at that. And yeah, I just want to spark your interest so that you do your own research. Check that out. Fine tuning, just scientific theory, the anthropic principle. I'll put it in the comments and look it up for yourself. All right. This shows that God exists, that God values man, and that everything was made for the sake of man. Right. The highest, the pinnacle, the culmination of his creation. All right. We'll leave it at that. And may God bless you and God love you. Take care. Bye now.